On May 1st, 2023, the Panther backers will be having their 29th annual golf tournament in support of Prairie View Athletics. You can get in contact with Dino Robinson at 713-417-2090 for the 29th annual golf tournament presented by the Panther backers. They'll be honoring football legend Otis Taylor. For more information, dial 713-417-2090.
And welcome back to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, here with you. We have on the line with us head football coach of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, Coach BUBBA McDowell. How you doing, Coach?
Morning, Mike. Good morning. Doing well.
Yes, sir. Well, look, it seemed like it took forever to get here, but the purple and gold game has come and gone. Give us your recap, man, on how things were developing. And I know you're not going to go too in detail on what needs to be tweaked up, but I'm pretty sure there's some room for improvement, right?
Yeah, always room for improvement. Yeah, I thought, from the day we started to the spring game, we progressively got better in certain spots. Still needed to get better in other spots as well. And again, we had some guys out. Kind of like the second week of spring practice, so we didn't get a chance to get a greater look at these young men. But again, we got the summer coming up, get guys in first session, and the whole team in second session in July. So we'll get a chance to get these guys back in pass and seeing what they can do. But overall, I am pleased to where we are, where we finish at. Athletically, position-wise, this spring, we got some talent coming in, to solidify certain spots. That's going to help us, get to where we need to get to. Like I told guys, we still have things to work on. Looking at the scrimmage, I haven't quite looked at all the film yet of everybody, but I will finish that up today and get a better view of, what needs to be tweaked going forward.
Okay, from what you have been able to gather thus far, we know that the biggest change in the coaching staff have been the defensive coordinator, Fossman, now in charge. And from what you've been able to review thus far on film, has that been a move in the positive direction as far as readdressing some needs from the defensive side of things?
Absolutely. I think that's probably one of the better things that God gave me, that ability to, the confidence in him, say, go ahead and give it to this guy, man, give it to him. He's going to do a great job for you, even though, we got to interview other guys as well. But I'm really pleased that I made that choice to go with Coach Fossman. Just the way, again, I know how he operates, seeing him operate with the linebackers throughout the year here when Coach Dooley was here, and then last year. So again, it probably was a no-brainer, but again, I wanted to kind of put the feel out there and just see what others thought, technique-wise and teaching-wise, and just give a fair shot to everybody else. But yeah, he has done a heck of a job. I mean, and just taking control of it, and more importantly, I think a lot of guys respect him. A lot of guys respect what he do. He has that coaching voice, that coaching mentality. He's been in it for a minute, all his life pretty much. Whole family been in football, and it shows. Because again, once you get players buying in, then you know your coaches are doing a good job. Are there things that need to be worked on? Absolutely. And again, I'm pretty sure we'll get that corrected going forward.
Okay. Now I know you've had a few weeks of assessment getting in. What is the greatest gap that you've seen close under Fossman thus far?
Again, just getting kids to retain information and getting them, lined up and talking. I mean, our biggest deal, from the last several years, again, we got talent, absolutely. We talked about things that we need to improve on defensively, and two big things was the verbiage and the tackling. We was always fast. We was always running to the ball. And I think that what really saved us last year because we always had guys around the ball, even though we missed a lot of tackles that we should have had in the backfield for loss. But like I said, because we were so fast, guys running to the ball, it helped us out. And again, I think those are the two things that we, striving to get better at this spring. Still wasn't quite there. Still missed some tackles that I wasn't happy with. But again, I mean, you can't get better at things if you don't rep it, and that's what I was telling guys, the coaching staff, should I say, and players. You got to get better. The only way you're gonna get better is to rep these things, and to see how you improve if you improve. And he has done that. But more importantly, I'm just, to answer your question, I'm more pleased with the verbiage because, again, we got guys talking. We got the linebackers taking control of the defense, moving linebackers, moving D-ends, D-tackles, to a spot after we get the full check and secondary with Coach Ryan and Coach Lemke, they got these guys talking, so there's no, or should I say, not any, but we got to minimize the mistakes. And a lot of times when we're making mistakes, it's because we're not talking, Mike, and that's a big, especially in the secondary, and that's a big thing for me because, again, if you're repping it, you're seeing it in the classroom, on the board, we're having walkthroughs with it. There's no way you should be making as many mistakes on the field as you should, as we saw. But again, it's going to get better because it was a whole lot better than it was last year. So I'm happy to see that they're getting that communication down.
Very good. Now we know that you had a big splash as far as the transfer portal was concerned. Young man by way of Mississippi Valley. I know you were, as they say, griddles and gins, watching him perform throughout the football camp. As advertised, Coach?
Man, as advertised. Man, I'm telling you, Caleb is coming here again. We knew what he can do. We knew of him, But again, just to see him come in and make that backfield much better than we are, with AA, Ahmad Antoine, and Wisham Connor. And, again, just, after losing Stewart, to grab him is definitely a blessing, man. I tell you, man, we're just sitting back there, me and one of my equipment managers, we stand in the back and watch these guys go through practice, against one another, man, just seeing him hit those little tiny creases, and burst out of there. And in some instances that, guys don't want to tackle him because he's so low and powerful. He runs with power. And we both like they're just cracking up and laughing like, man, did you see that? Did you see that? Like,
yes, sir.
We're very happy, man. Like I said, he's definitely, to say a surprise, we know what he can do. But again, just to have him here is, to me, more of a blessing than a surprise.
Yes, sir. Now, the thing about leadership, it matters not where it comes from, but once it gets to its next destination, it just has a tendency of naturally taking over. How long from amongst fellow teammates did it take from your perspective to see, yeah, this dude's a leader, these guys are lining up and respected? Because sometimes you have a guy that come and try to bully his way into leadership, but then when that guy's a natural leader and the people just kind of naturally fall in place, when did you see that, yeah, we got the total package in this, bro?
Well, I mean, we saw that once he got in, started learning the plays and feeling comfortable in what he was looking at and executing it. That's when it started to take place. Because then now you can see him slashing, you can see him, jump cut, in small areas and still getting a burst. And again, as I tell guys, a lot of leaders are not verbal. A lot of leaders, you got some good leaders verbal, you got some good leaders that just do it by action, and others follow. And he's definitely one of those guys, man, because again, once he started seeing that, doing it, and executing, and guys start seeing, okay, well, yeah. I mean, even defensive guys like, okay, well, shoot, this dude, he ain't just gonna come down. And the good thing about it, Mike, is that when he does it, makes a great play, boom, he just bounce right back up and get back to the huddle. I mean, no trash talking, no nothing, And again, that just his demeanor as a leader, and that goes a long way. And those are the type of guys that I want to be around. Always have been around, and I believe that as he goes, the team will go, and guys gonna follow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, we know that you're always fine-tuning things, and you talked about always looking to get better. Now that you have your spring game behind you and you have a few pieces left as far as players to be added, what would you say would be Group A need and versus Group B need as far as fine-tuning the team where you see it in the future?
Well, Group A definitely needs in that secondary. We gotta get guys in. We gotta get guys that that likes to play football, man, and that want to compete. We were pretty down. We were down this year, going through the spring with guys, trying to get them to learn. Some of the other guys like Travis Pearson. One of our veterans, one of the fastest DBs back there. Again, just couldn't stay healthy enough, to get a full spring in back there in that secondary to help him. Will he get better, with that hamstring? I really believe going forward we will. CJ, our trainer, CJ Potter, and Coach Alvarez, our strength conditioning. I think we're, knowing what we're dealing with now, we'll be able to assess it better to where we can keep him on the field longer. And again, other guys, Freddie Bird, still not here yet, but he will be here in early, the second session of summer. So again, that's going to be the number one. That's the A for us, to get that secondary right. And guys we're talking to now in the portal. If we get them, definitely gonna fill those spots and make us way better in the secondary. Secondly, I would probably say B. The D line. I think we still gotta get some guys up front because if you know me, and again, I talk about it all the time, Mike, about me being around, having played behind some of the best defensive line at University of Miami, at even with the Oilers, and my 2 years with Carolina Panthers. I mean, those guys up front, man. If you got guys up front that putting pressure on the QBs and stopping the run, plugging those holes, man, it's going to make your secondary, your backers so much better. And so much more willing to make plays. Because, again, you're putting pressure on guys. You're making them do things that making the QB do things he don't want to do. So, as I tell the secondary, I said, if we get these guys doing what they're supposed to do up front, best believe that they're going to make the quarterback do something that he's not used to doing. And, we got to make sure that once the opportunity presents itself, we got to take advantage of it.
Yes, sir. No doubt about it. Now, we know that July 25th will be SWAC Media Day from Birmingham, Alabama. And I just asked this question as a filler. Do you have any idea of the players that you'll bring with you to represent?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I made that a long time ago. Yeah, I'm going to take Ahmad Antoine, AA, what we call number 5. You guys know what he can do. Unfortunately, again, we didn't have him in the Valley game. I know for sure that if he was there, the outcome probably been way different. And I'm going to take Keyshawn Johnson, linebacker.
Okay, very good, very good. Now, you got a big camp coming up, Coach, June 1st on the campus of Prairie View. You teamed up with Deion Sanders, but it's not just Deion Sanders. We know that, he's going to be the one that people focus on, but this is a pretty massive camp you got going in. Fill us in on all who's going to be there, and how did you come about getting all these guys together?
Oh yeah, I mean we just put the filler out there and we called Coach Prime and his staff, and we asked them see if they would they be willing to participate, and sure enough, when Coach Prime made the decision, several days later, to gave the go ahead to his people and say, yeah, let them know that we're going to be there. It was on at that point, He said, look, we'll do our deal, our flyer there, and then we put our own flyer here. He said we'll promote it here, there, should I say, at Colorado, and he's been doing as soon as we did that. I mean, he put it out there, and we put our flyer out here. And with the teams that were on there, again, it's taken off, man. And everybody knows that, Coach Prime is a perennial Hall of Famer. Did very well first 2 years at Jackson. For him to be a part of this mega camp, which he didn't have to be, but he knows that, again, he has to come down here and recruit in this area as well. Not only, again, from when he was at Jackson, but, now he's at the big boys, one of the big boys. He got to come down here to see a lot of kids that he probably wouldn't get a chance to see. And sure enough, man, as soon as you put it out, Mike, and thank God for Coach Prime,
So things took off like a wildfire.
Wildfire, man, which is to be expected. And again, that's what we want as coaches, man, to, be able to see a lot of this. Again, it's not so much about getting guys here at Prairie View, which we love, because once we get them on campus, see the facility, and a lot of times, kids still don't know about PV, but when they get here, they be like, wow, you guys do have a nice facility. So it's going to be great for us, to be able to have these kids on campus this particular day. Again, we got, I talked to Willie Simmons the other day, and he said he's going to definitely be here. Grambling, Alcorn, Alabama State, Tennessee State, Georgia Tech, ULM, and guys, we still added some more guys, man, that are calling in, and so we'll probably, we're putting out, reshooting out different flyers, as schools come in and want to participate. So yeah, we got some guys, that are willing to come in and look at these kids, and also put on a great camp, man.
Well, look, man, you might have to have a 2-day event, huh?
Oh, man, who you tell?
Now, in instances like that, Bubba, do you have any type of arrangement worked out with University College for these guys to stay during the camp, or do they have to kind of fend for themselves?
No. We don't. It's a day camp. So
okay, it'll be a day camp. Well, I'm thinking in the event that it was a 2-day camp, would you have to work something out like that?
Yeah, we would definitely have to. Yeah, come on, for the coaches.
For coaches, yes. No, not for the players. For the coaches.
I mean, we would definitely do our best to if that were to happen. Yeah, we would definitely do our best to accommodate those guys. But pretty much a lot of times when this happens like this, the schools pretty much got everything already in place. If need to stay an extra day or so. They pretty much got where they're going to stay at and all that. But, yeah, just as far as camp-wise, kid-wise, yeah, it would be difficult to do it right now. That would be something going forward that we would have to plan for the future if we were to have, again, this many camps. So, up the road, Texas A&M do it as well. So they have camps where kids stay over and you got, or you can come in just for that day.
Right. Okay, now here's something that I've never bothered to ask you before, but what's the heck, right? It's the sign of the times that we're in right now. Back in the day, I know on larger campuses, because you never can tell who you have amongst you. Do you guys provide like a walk-on tryout camp for students that are on campus, that you might have a guy who
did last year. We had did it last year before camp started, and we had almost like 120 some kids. Mike, that was the most we ever had out here at a walk-on. Yeah, we had about 100. Probably top that, probably about 110, 120.
Wow, that's good. And you never can tell what will show up, man. You'd be like, this dude was on our campus and we didn't know about him. You know, so it's always some good that can come out of it. Well, I know you're locked and loaded, man, for this 23 campaign. 6-5 was your measuring stick right now. So anything above that, and I got you in the early out of the gate, man. You're going to win more than 6 games. You know, is it okay for me to put my reputation like that up on the line for that?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. we speaking it into existence. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I mean, getting to know you, that's how you and I operate. But we speak it into existence.
There you go. So I'm standing on that, man, and I won't blink. I'm not going to back down. So I need you to make sure you stand. We're going to stand back to back throughout this season.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All right. Coach Bubba McDowell of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. Coach, you know I'm going to give you some closing thoughts and comments before it's now yours, sir.
Yeah, I just want to appreciate everybody that came out to the spring game. Nice crowd, man. Students, you know, fans that are abroad, man. It was awesome to see, you know, people in the stands, you know. And as always, the kids love it, man. When you when they can look up there, see family, friends, and loved ones, you know, coming out, you know, supporting them, you know. Dr. Garner, John has done a magnificent job as, you know, as the assistant AD right now, interim, should I say, AD, and Miss Pete, you know, as well. Alicia Pete, you know, did her thing as always. You know, she's always running and going and putting things together. Again, just so many, you know, Anitra Adams, you know, and my partner in crime, you know, Alicia Thomas, you know. Again, I can't thank all of them enough, you know, for what they're doing. I'd like to also thank, you know, PNC, you know, Greg Austin, his group, Dwayne, you know, Tamara, you know, all the Panther backers, alumni who came in, put this great meal together for these guys, you know, and provided drinks for them at the end of the spring practice. Again, they're helping out with other things, a lot of other things, you know, helmets, you know, knee pads that we needed going into the beginning of the spring. And again, guys, that's what I keep saying. This is what it's all about. It's not about, you know, the coaching staff and not about PV as a whole, but more about, you know, making sure that these guys making sure that these kids have what they need going into their sports. And again, it's not just football. I mean, it's, you know, these same groups have been helping out with everybody, you know, across campus with the should I say the athletic side anyway, and they're steady doing more, We're talking with them, they're communicating with us, you know, asking what we need, and I truly appreciate it. And I'm pretty sure I can speak for the other coaches as well, you know, what you guys are doing and trying to do. And again, just, you know, thank you, and just, you know, and just keep keep doing what you're doing. We're going to get better, you know. Again, as a university, as a sports dominant, you know, university. Again, you know, we win in SWAC in several sports. You know, softball. You know, track. You know, all, you know, soccer. You know, so again, you know, we got to get our shot here. Football, we got to get our shot at baseball. You know, and it's coming. But again, it's only going to get there because of you guys. You know, helping out, seeing what we need to help us. You know, get to where we need to get to be successful with the things that you guys are providing for us. And again, can't thank you enough. I know I'm kind of rambling, but again, I just can't thank these groups of people who are willing to come in and help, not only football, again, I'll reiterate, you know, all the sports and help us win as a university as a whole. And I think we continue to do that. You're going to see a lot more wins, a lot more happier athletes, you know, again, which I think correlates to better performance, you know, down the road. So again, Thank you, my man, for again having me on and giving me the opportunity, with this platform to thank people. Because again, if you don't thank them, man, to me, it's not a good thing. Like I said, I'm always counting my blessings, and as they come, I make sure that we give the thanks, to those that definitely deserve it.
Yes, sir. We're gonna let you ramble on as long as you feel like rambling, young man, over here. So no problem. Look, I want to ask you this question: should I put it in pen or should I put it in a pencil for our fall weekly show?
Oh no! You can put the thing in ink, though. We got you.
I just got to check the lines, man, to make sure everything is everything, right?
Yeah. Put it in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And Charles, again, he's been very instrumental in helping these young men, his group of guys, taking care of some of our young men as well, and we appreciate it.
Yes, sir. He is Coach Bubba McDowell of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, getting ready to bust out in 2023, and we'll be with them every step of the way. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Thank you, guys. Remind you that you can follow me on Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And don't forget to visit the website at obnradio.com. And until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.